I enjoyed this show, but there's one thing I definitely want to talk about. Season 1, Episode 1. I could just not get into that episode. All the episodes are fine. All the other ones, I mean. But the first episode was incredibly boring. There was good parts here and there, but that episode, I could just not get into it for some reason. So if you want to watch this show, I would recommend that you watch, episode 2 first and go from there. Because episode 1 doesn't, really add much. Because Starfire mentions that her memory's missing like every 2 seconds. So you wouldn't really be missing that. But another thing I don't really like about this show is that they kill off characters way too fast. Robin has this partner there, and he's a cop, and they have a little bit of chemistry. They start to gain a friendship, and she's killed off in the next episode before we really even get to see her. And they do that a lot in this series. They did it in season 2, but I'm not gonna spoil that. I'll talk more about that in the season 2 review. But they killed off a lot of characters in season 2 without, really giving them anything. And Beast Boy only turns into a tiger so far in season 1. I get it's a low budget show, but come on, man. You could have done something a few times, like a mouse at least. A mouse shouldn't be too hard. I don't know. But just doing a tiger all the time, and then they make a weird explanation in episode 4, Doom Patrol. And that episode ends up not even being canon, though it's sort of connected to Titans, because the chief in that episode is a completely different actor from the Doom Patrol show. They kind of just retconned it. And that was the only episode where Beast Boy talked about why he turns into a tiger and only a tiger. Which is why he later turns into a reptile in season 2 in like the very first episode. But I'm not going to say what because I don't want to spoil that yet. But it's literally one time in like the first episode. And then for the rest of the season he just turns into a tiger. I did think that there was cringy lines here and there, kind of like Batwoman, but it's a good show. And yeah, I think it's bullshit that people think that Robin killed people in this show, because the closest thing he got to like actually, killing someone was in the Asylum episode where he beats the crap out of a bunch of guards and then has Starfire blow the place up. We never see them take the people out of the building. And last we saw, there was a girl still in the building, along with the guards he beat up. And obviously the hallucination episode where basically everyone turns evil anyway, where he kills Batman. Because Batman decides to just kill the shit out of a bunch of guards and then kills Corey. And speaking of which, I find it funny. I mean, yeah, obviously Dick has faith in Batman and he doesn't want to really believe that he's evil. But when he goes to Arkham Asylum and finds Two-Face and Riddler and the Ventriloquist and so many more dead, the Corey tells him that Batman killed nurses and guards too, and he even killed the warden to the point that nobody even recognized him. His own family wouldn't recognize him. And later he's like, these are good men, don't kill them. I don't want to see you get hurt, or them either. You think he won't kill them even though he killed nurses and guards and the warden of Arkham Asylum? Well, that doesn't really make sense. One thing I didn't really like about season season 1 was that they kind of just introduced Jason Todd just to get rid of him. Because he was in one episode, and it was the episode that he was introduced in. Then he showed up in the very last episode of season 1. He's one of my favorite characters. So obviously I'm a little biased, but you know, he should have been in the show more. Why introduce a character for one episode? Especially with all the build-up. And you don't even have to like do some bullshit with him hanging out with Dick, even though they had a huge argument and he attacked cops. He could have just showed what he was doing every now and then while he was away from Dick, or his side. And another thing about season 1 is that they focus way too much on Dick. Because multiple episodes we get flashbacks of him as a kid and his relationship, and it's usually just a part of the plot, because there's one episode with the melting man, and so they just do a bunch of flashbacks to him in the circus, and then oh look, here's some more flashbacks. It's related to Donna Troy. What's this episode called? Donna Troy. It's just kind of lazy. But I think season 2 was way better, and hopefully season 3 is good. But so far there's only like 3 episodes out, and I haven't seen any of them yet.